Welcome to the Onebar and Lupagus Show, your daily source for everything Minnesota Vikings.
All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar. This episode breaking down my Vikings projected 53-man roster. I'm playing Quasi right now, and I'm predicting not so much what I want to happen, but what I think will happen. Let me know your predictions down below. This is always one of the more fun ones. Gets people a little more riled up in the comments as far as some of the guys I let go. But bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Also, hit that sub. We're damn close. 200 away, 15,000 subs. Hit that sub if you're watching. Let's do it. This was not easy. This was not easy. Vikings have their first game coming up this Saturday. But let's do it. Let's get into the quarterback position right out of the gate. Kapow. Brosmer. He did her. He did her. I'm sorry. I don't see how Sam Howell makes a squad right now. Maybe this isn't the quarterbacks that are there week one, but I think these are the ones who make the initial 53. Brosmer, it's always cliche. A lot of people say, oh, you can't cut him. He will never make it to the practice squad. I don't know if he does make it to the practice squad. I could see a team sniping him for their QB3. There's a lot of really crappy quarterback threes in this league. Obviously, this comes down to how many quarterbacks do the Vikings want to keep. Here I have them keeping 3. Brett Rippon would be the backup, and I think the hope would be Brosmer would be the long-term backup down the road. So Sam the man, he's got to pick it up because I don't see any way in hell he makes it. And remember, yes, we traded for him, but all we did was move back in the draft. There wasn't much capital there that was given up, so they don't have that much invested in Howell. And with Howell, there's a lot of Howell fans out there. Just remember, I mean, this is his 3rd team, and he's only 24, I think. Something ain't right there. Something ain't right. So the Vikings are kind of moving on. All right, let's go running back. As you can see, I got him keeping Jones, Mason, and Ham. Ty Chandler gone, Scott gone, and Trey Stewart gone. The thing with this is last year, the Vikings also, final cuts, only had 2 running backs. They had Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler and CJ Ham. And then, they went and found Cam Akers. So I think initially that's what they do. I think they end up keeping these 3, going up, picking up another running back, seeing who is on the final cut list for the other teams. Ty Chandler, just, you're not hearing anything about him in training camp. The time has passed. It's time to move on, and I think they actually do. Wide receiver, this was a tough one. This was tough, and you can see I kept 7, and that is under the assumption that Jordan Addison is going to be dealing with some suspension. So I think they need all the bodies they can have in this room. So Jefferson, Addison, Naylor, Felton is not having a overwhelming camp, but they're keeping him. He's their 3rd-round pick. They're not moving on from him. Lucky Jackson, one of the biggest winners out of camp. I think he is a guy that could step in and see some actual legitimate snaps if when Addison is suspended. Silas Bolden and Rondale Moore, you can say, they're kind of the same build, kind of same type of receiver. Maybe, but I did end up keeping them both. Silas Bolden, I think, has a very good chance of being our punt returner. Rondale Moore, a guy that I think the Vikings really want to take a long look at and kind of be a project to do what they've done with a lot of other players. Make them good. Make them good. They're going to Sam Darnold his ass. Guys that we got rid of, Tim Jones. He's looked at as a special teamer, but I think we can make up with some guys that keep on defense. Thayer Thomas, a guy we all love. Deshaun Jones, definitely a wild card, a guy that could sneak in on this roster. Fleming, Robert Lewis, Miles Price. I'm going to keep saying it. If the dude makes the final roster, I'm not going to be surprised. I don't have him making it, but I love Miles Price. I think he adds a lot to the squad. Also a kick returner. So wide receiver was a tough one. I could easily see them just keeping Bolden or Moore, rolling with 6, and then just pulling up a guy from the practice squad. We will see. Let's go to tight end. Pretty straightforward. Gavin Bartholomew. I feel he will be on the IR, so you can see I kept him, but he's not on the roster. Urisek's having a very good camp, so this one's pretty straightforward. Let's go to offensive line. Again, another one that wasn't overly easy because I do have them. I mean, you can see all the big guys up top, and then you get into the Juergens, Walter Rouse, and Logan Brown. Juergens, I think, is very safe. Walter Rouse definitely on the edge, and Logan Brown, one of the best undrafted free agents out there that they ended up signing. I think they got to keep him. I think they do see a lot in him, but I don't see him being active ever. And Walter Rouse, they're playing around with him. I mean, right now he is listed as the backup right tackle, but they're playing around with him a little bit at guard. I think he's a great locker room guy. He's a great guy to have around. I think they're not giving up on him yet. And I think a lot of these other guys you see on the out list will make their way to the practice squad. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball, defensive line. This is going to piss a lot of people off because you can see you got Levi Drake Rodriguez out. He's been running with the ones. He's been out there with the twos. Last year they kept 6. Allen, Phillips, Hargrave, Ingram, Dawkins, and Redmond to me are pretty damn near locks. Taki Taimani, you could easily, you could say, maybe he doesn't make it. Maybe switch in with Rodriguez. I don't think they keep more than 6. But Taimani, he's Harrison Phillips' backup. He's the big boy. He's that big thing you plug in the middle. And I think Levi Drake Rodriguez is a guy that can still just go on the practice squad. I mean, you guys aren't going to like it. I'm not going to justify it. This is just the way I got it shaken out. So here we go. Linebackers, edge rushers, Grenard, Cashman, Pace, Van Ginkel, Turner, Gabriel Murphy. I've said before, it's like, where does he play in the NFL? He seems like he doesn't seem to have that spot, but I think the Vikings really love him, and I think they want to give him a legit shot being healthy this year, seeing what he can do. Kobe King, 6th-round pick, by no means a lock, but I think he is going to be the backup middle linebacker. Eric Wilson joining him as well. So Bo Richter will be one that people, again, will be like, what are you doing? Just remember, he didn't make the final 53 last year. He was on those original cuts, and I think he's a guy that can definitely be on the practice squad. But another guy, if he made the team, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't know who you take out. Murphy? It'd have to be. Asamoah, everyone else on this list, aside from Asamoah, is definitely practice squad worthy. Let's go to the cornerbacks. So I got him keeping 6. Murphy, Rogers, Okuda, Nudie, Mackay, and Zemea Vaughn. Out, Tavir Thomas is definitely one that I had fairly comfortable with when we signed him. Like, all right, this guy's going to add decent depth and be a very good special teamer. But again, he's been quiet, and it comes down to numbers. I don't think Zemea Vaughn's probably surprising everybody, and he has to make the team. I think he will make the team. And Mekhi Blackman, I can't see them giving up on him yet, but crazier things have happened. So I got him keeping 6 there. They could keep 7, and if it was 7, I could see it being Thomas. Ambry Thomas, very quiet camp. Very quiet camp. Let's go to safeties. They love Jay Ward. I don't, but they do. So I don't think he's going anywhere. And Brian Flores loves safeties. So even 4 is probably giving him heartburn. He probably wants 5 or 6. So this was pretty easy. And then going to the kickers, or special teams, I should say, pretty cut and dry. I will say it sounds like Oscar Chapman is actually giving Ryan Wright, I wouldn't say a run for his money, but he's giving him a little bit of competition out there. So we will see what happens there, but I'm pretty confident in this one. So, overall, the biggest kind of what the hell moments that you might be thinking is the fact that I'm keeping 3 quarterbacks, shipping Sam Howell, Ty Chandler going bye-bye, and then where was it? Not tight end. Offensive line and defensive line is definitely some positions that are a little more murky than others. And the edge. They do like Bo Richter. They like him a lot. And cornerback room will be very interesting to see how they roll, because really when you look at it, Nudie didn't play much at all last year. Zemea Vaughn, undrafted free agent. Mekhi Blackman coming up there's a lot of question marks there. If they were to end up with this 6, they're really banking on those front 7 just to get after that quarterback, because it could get dicey at corner. But there is my 53-man roster projections. Let me know down in the comments, how'd I do? What would you do different? And who are you pulling for? Hit that sub. We'll be here all damn week talking Vikings.